Kotaro and Akane go to Kawagoi Academy, a school in Saitama. They are in their last year of middle school, and they decide to join the track club. Kotaro helps with the equipment, and Akane runs. They both have trouble talking to other people. Kotaro loves reading books by Osamu Dazai, but is shy about sharing his own writing. Akane gets anxious and likes to squeeze a stuffed animal. They are in the same class, but they don't talk to each other because they're too embarrassed. One day, they accidentally run into each other while they're out to dinner with their families. Their families start talking, which makes Kotaro and Akane uncomfortable. After that, they don't talk much, except when Akane forgets to add Kotaro to the track club's group chat. She fixes the mistake later. Akane and Kotaro participate in their final sports festival in middle school as part of the same team. During the 200-meter race, Akane gets a huge lead, impressing Kotaro. But during his trial, Kotaro trips and hurts his hand. Takumi, the track club president and Akane's friend, wins instead. Akane's friend Chinatsu does a bad job of bandaging Kotaro's hand. Later, while looking over the equipment, Akane accidentally drops her stuffed animal into the pile. She gets really anxious when she realizes it's gone, and she messes up in the 4x100 relay, causing her team to lose. Takumi, who the school thinks likes Akane, tries to comfort her. Kotaro finds Akane's stuffed animal and gives it back to her. She's very grateful and starts talking to him about her insecurities. Kotaro can relate, so he tells her that she's fine just the way she is. Inspired by Akane, Kotaro starts showing his writing to a local bookstore owner named Daisuke. When they get home, Kotaro and Akane start chatting privately online. During midterm exams, Kotaro finds out that a story he submitted to a magazine competition didn't get selected. He tells Akane about it, and she encourages him to stay true to himself. Kotaro also becomes friends with Chinatsu. As the school trip approaches, everyone is talking about who's dating who. Kotaro overhears Chinatsu and Aoi talking about how Takumi should ask Akane out. Kotaro is upset by this. On the day of one of Akane's track meets, Kotaro goes to a shrine for work and prays for Akane. She ends up setting a new personal record. Takumi tries to ask her out there but changes his mind. After Kotaro finishes his work at the shrine, he meets Akane outside. They sit together in silence, and then Kotaro asks her out on a date. Akane takes some time to consider Kotaro's request, but does not respond for several days. The school trip to Kyoto begins, and the teachers confiscate all electronics, but Kotaro and his friends Daichi and Roman manage to smuggle theirs in. Akane avoids Kotaro during the trip, and he constantly checks his phone for a response from her. One night, Kotaro messages Akane to meet in front of a Daimaru department store, but a drunk teacher catches him, causing him to miss Akane's mixed reply. The next morning, Akane goes shopping with her friends, and she decides to meet Kotaro at the store. However, it starts raining while she waits for him. Kotaro eventually arrives, but he just misses her. He borrows Chinatsu's phone to contact her, and they meet at a shrine. Akane scolds him for being late, and for his apparent closeness with Chinatsu, but she eventually agrees to go out with him and get to know him better. Kotaro and Akane's relationship is a secret, known only to Ayane, Akane's older sister. However, Kotaro's grades begin to suffer due to the distractions of the relationship. They both start to question how to move forward, leading Kotaro to suggest meeting at the library during lunch for privacy. Though when the time comes, Akane becomes anxious about leaving her friends behind, and Kotaro ends up in the library with Chinatsu instead. Chinatsu reveals that she has decided to attend the same cram school as Kotaro. Eventually, Akane shows up and is visibly jealous, causing her to perform poorly during a track meet. Takumi confronts her afterward, further fueling rumors that he and Akane are dating. Feeling lost, Kotaro turns to Daisuke for advice. Daisuke, realizing the importance of their relationship, leaves his bookstore to let Akane spend time with Kotaro. As they engage in small talk, Kotaro expresses his admiration for watching Akane run and promises to attend her next track meet. They share a moment of intimacy by holding hands for the first time, but the moment is interrupted when Akane receives a message from Chinatsu confessing her crush on Kotaro. Akane keeps Chinatsu's message a secret from Kotaro, who is feeling better and is excelling in his temple practices. He also receives news that his story might get published. When Kotaro meets Akane in the library to tell her about it, she informs him that he will miss her upcoming track meet due to the scheduling conflict. On the day of the meet, Akane reveals to Chinatsu that she and Kotaro are dating, but Chinatsu admits she already knew. However, both Akane and Kotaro end up failing in their respective endeavors. Akane does not advance to the next round, while Kotaro's story gets rejected. Later, Ayane finds out about Chinatsu from Akane, and advises her to break off the friendship. However, Akane decides to focus on her goals and continues to date Kotaro. When Chinatsu asks for closure by confessing her feelings to Kotaro, Akane agrees to let her do it. Chinatsu invites Akane, Kotaro, and Hira to an amusement park, and more people join in, turning it into a big group outing. During the trip, Chinatsu tries to make advances towards Kotaro, while the others try to set Akane up with Takumi. While shopping, Roman goes missing, and Kotaro eventually finds him in first aid, where Roman reveals that he knows about Kotaro and Akane's relationship. Roman tries to give them privacy, but he discovers that the group left Akane and Takumi on their own, intentionally getting them lost to set them up. Feeling threatened, Kotaro tells Takumi that he and Akane are dating, causing the couple to leave the group. Chinatsu is saddened by this turn of events. Later, Kotaro and Akane go off on their own through the park, watching the fireworks separately from the group. They almost share their first kiss, but their moment is interrupted by a little girl. Meanwhile, Chinatsu confesses to Takumi that she invited him to the amusement park in an attempt to separate Akane from Kotaro. Takumi forgives her, and they continue to enjoy the park with the rest of the group. Over time, news of Kotaro and Akane's relationship spreads throughout the school. With the increased acceptance, they can finally spend more time together, and Akane visits Kotaro during his festival practice. The temple leaders even provide Kotaro with some money to take Akane to a festival, and they have a great time together. However, the mood turns sour when Akane realizes she missed Kotaro's birthday. She rushes out to buy him a present, but only manages to get him an identical plushie as a gift. Despite this setback, they continue exploring the festival together, even writing relationship fortunes. Walking across a bridge, the two finally share their first kiss. As they look at their fortunes, they are surprised to see that they both wrote the same one, that they will remain together forever. As high school applications approach, Kotaro and Akane are determined to attend the same school, although they are uncertain which one to choose. However, they both face significant obstacles that could disrupt their plans. Akane's father is getting transferred to Chiba, while Kotaro's mother pressures him to make a significant choice regarding high school. His father, on the other hand, opposes this idea, and suggests he focus on serious literature instead of light novels. Despite these challenges, neither tells the other about their situation. Kotaro secretly attends Akane's final track meet, where he witnesses her setting a new personal record. However, Chinatsu spots him and becomes suspicious. Akane later accidentally reveals her family's upcoming move to Takumi, who invites the track club to attend Kotaro's festival. During the event, Chinatsu and Takumi acknowledge that they haven't gotten over their feelings for Akane and Kotaro. That night, Kotaro confesses to Akane that he saw her track meet, and Akane tells him about her family's move to Chiba. The couple realizes that their dream of attending the same high school is at risk due to Akane's relocation. Akane and Kotaro continue to work towards attending the same high school. Akane decides to apply to the school in Chiba that her parents and Takumi recommended, and Kotaro promises to try his best to apply to the same school. In the meantime, the track club attends Kotaro's festival, where he performs. Later, Takumi and Akane go to dispose of some belongings, while they wait for Kotaro to take a break. While there, Takumi confesses his feelings for Akane, unaware that Kotaro is watching. Feeling overwhelmed with everything happening, Kotaro confronts Akane about Takumi. Akane explains the situation, but Kotaro remains frustrated and continues to help with the festival while Akane tearfully leaves. The two don't speak to each other for some time, but eventually, Akane notices that someone at Kotaro's cram school has ordered an application to the high school she plans to attend. She asks Kotaro about it, and he tearfully tells her that he wants to be with her, regardless of his future. Akane thanks him and the two share a heartfelt kiss. Despite not having sufficient grades, Kotaro becomes determined to study incredibly hard to go to Akane's school. At first, his mother is pleased, as she had earlier criticized his hobbies as distractions. However, during a PTS conference, Kotaro reveals his true intentions, causing tension in his relationship with his parents. Meanwhile, Akane starts knitting a scarf for Kotaro while also studying for her exams. Ayane catches her and forces Akane to reveal the situation. Ayane is skeptical, worried that they might break up later on. As Kotaro's determination to improve his grades becomes known, the entire school finds out about his intentions, causing some embarrassment. Despite this, Kotaro and Akane manage to go on a Christmas date, during which Akane gives Kotaro the scarf. As they talk about their grades, Akane mentions how much her parents' support has meant to her, comparing it to Kotaro's parents' lack of support. Sometime later, after Akane is accepted into her desired school, Kotaro learns from his father that his mother now supports his decision due to his hard work and dedication, as long as he passes the exam. They make amends over a midnight snack. The next morning, Kotaro leaves for his exam. After learning that he was not accepted into Akane's school, Kotaro and Akane are both saddened. Daisuke suggests that Kotaro should use his experience in his writing, while Ayane suggests that Akane should break up with Kotaro instead of trying long distance. Eventually, Kotaro and Chinatsu end up being accepted into the same high school. While walking home from school together, Chinatsu confesses her feelings to Kotaro, but he amicably rejects her. After graduation, Kotaro takes a suggestion from Roman and starts self-publishing his writing online. On a walk with Akane, they discuss their plans for a long-distance relationship. Kotaro remains hopeful and promises to make more efforts to see Akane. However, Akane is worried that they will eventually break up, as evidenced by Chinatsu's confession. She admits that her anxiety has left her feeling like a burden to Kotaro, and after kissing him, she runs away and breaks down crying. Weeks later, as Akane's family begins moving, she says goodbye to Chinatsu and Ai. Her parents allow her to take a later trip, and while waiting, Chinatsu shows her Kotaro's published work, a story about Akane. Meanwhile, Kotaro is caught up in festival work and unable to see Akane off. Daisuke shows him that the story has become incredibly popular, and Kotaro notices that Akane has commented what happens next. Desperate to see Akane before she leaves, Kotaro rushes to the station, but he arrives too late. Instead, he replies to her comment on his story and shouts from a bridge as her train passes by that he loves her. In the credits, the couple successfully make their long-distance relationship work over several years. They eventually attend college together, move into an apartment in adulthood, and at the end, they are happily married with a child, all the while messaging each other through Line. And this is all for this video. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.